Welcome back, Officers of the Republic. It's your Coruscant Underworld Police Chief APGAINS here, and for the longest time, people have thought that Galactic Legends are the end-all, be-all of Grand Arena, and if you don't have them, you're done, you're toasted, it's over with, you gotta rush them, they're gonna make you win. And, you know, we've been proving that that's not true since Galactic Legends came out, but I just wanna help you guys reiterate the fact that we've never had more non-GL, GL counters, more off-meta counters than right now. This is literally the best point in the meta that Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes has probably ever had. Every single Galactic Legend has a non-GL counter that's pretty reliable. Some a little bit more than others, but some are basically surefire counters for most players. For most players who don't have all the GLs, you can beat all of the GLs with just your normal, everyday run-of-the-mill characters, and we're going to show you how that works. So, most of you guys should already know all about SWGOH.gg, but just in case you don't, you're new, the fastest way to get exactly where is press A on your keyboard. You should all be going to apgains.com all the time. You click GAC counters. This button will take you right to the page on SWGOH.gg, so you don't got to run around. Or conversely, you can go to SWGOH.gg, go to GAC, go down to counters, and you're here. Click on 5v5 counters. You can search counters for anything. And then when you do, let's just say over here, you can press this little button that excludes Galactic Legend counters. So let's say we're looking at Lord Vader comps with Galactic Legends. Boom, we press it without. You can counter Lord Vader with M Troopers. You can counter Lord Vader with Bounty Hunters. You can counter Lord Vader with a lot of stuff. Lord Vader, not exactly the strongest tune to place on defense as far as GL is concerned. And the most expensive character in the game. Not the best, but the most expensive. You want Sith Eternal Emperor. You can counter him with Grievous. These are going to show by, win percentages. Oh my god. This comp versus this one is 100% win percentage. But if you go down, the super team, a 0% win percentage. But now your opponent has taken Malik, Darth Revan, Basilisk, Talon, and put them in one team. It's a super team. You can place your GLs to counter off-meta counters, but that just takes away from other teams. And for a lot of people who can afford to do, the super GL teams where they combine an already really good defensive team like Darth Revan plus Talon and put it on Sith Eternal Emperor to stop a General Grievous counter, they're opening themselves up to other weaknesses, and they're probably more at the end game where you, as the person countering this, will have a lot more to your disposal. So more likely for a large majority of players, I'm talking 90-95% of players, you're going to see more of these comps up here. You're going to see more of these weaker Sith Eternal Emperor teams. A lot of people like to save it for offense. Same thing with, who is this? SLKR. You could use some Jedi Knight Lukes to counter SLKR. You could use your CLS. You could use your gas. People will place different comps. And sometimes you'll have, poor win percentages, but it is possible. SLKR, not exactly the strongest defensive Galactic Legend in the game. He does make himself susceptible to a lot of things. But these are characters that a large majority of the mid-game players have. And if you're in the early game and your opponent has a GL and you don't, you likely have more core teams. You've been following the APGAINS approved farming strategy, the best strategy to dominate GAC that there is out there. And you just place a defense that they can't beat and, they're screwed over. Before we got our first GL, we were, 87-0 against players who had a GL, and we didn't, because a lot of times they just neglect their core teams. And even if they do core teams afterwards, we have so many more stronger teams that they just can't compete with us. So don't rush a GL, by far, terrible idea. But every GL has a non-GL counter. You could use, Starkiller Ray, or Starkiller EP is a pretty hefty requirement here, but lots of gas, different Ray comps, different levels of gas. I don't know, this is all the same gas. But these are 80+ win percentages across the board against Galactic Legend Rays who have, okay comps. Now, these are nothing to scoff at, right? And these are just the non-GL counters. Ray has a bunch of counters. Basically, any comp you want under the sun that has Ray is counterable by gas. And gas is a character, of course, a lot less steep of a requirement than Galactic Legend Ray. Not a lot of people have Galactic Legend Ray except for later mid-game, early end-game, because she's not exactly the strongest Galactic Legend in the book. She's not exactly the greatest character that you should be going after, but if you do find yourself facing one, you can counter it. We have JML, the second best Galactic Legend behind Kenobi. Counterable by gas, counterable by GGs. Of course, a lot less win percentage because he is the second best Galactic Legend in the game, and he does have a gas type character in Jedi Knight Luke. Well, he's not exactly gas type anymore ever since the nerf and the rebalances and all that stuff. But counterable nonetheless. Are these going to be surefire counters where you're going to dominate? Are these going to be counters where you're going to go in, you're going to, he has a maxed out JML optimal Jedi Knight Luke squad, and I'm throwing in my Relic 5 gas team with a Relic 3 5s and a Relic 0 Arc Trooper. Like, am I going to win that? No. But the fact that they've invested so much and you still have, for in a lot of cases, 80, 90+% win percentage with basic teams. I know a lot of you guys who watch my videos are earlier players. Oh my god, my camera froze. This is terrible. What the heck? This is terrible. Oh my god. Ready? Uh-oh. APGAINS. He's a ghost. Where are the... You guys ready to see the integrated webcam? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I don't know why my camera's been shit in the bed recently. I don't know why that happens. But nevertheless, what was I saying? A lot of you guys are earlier game players who are still like picking up your core teams. You're not going to have to worry about this for a long time. This is not something that you're going to have to concern yourself with for a while until you get up into the 2.53, 3.54 million GP range when most players start farming or get their first Galactic Legend. And like I said earlier, if you're feeling the need to rush a Galactic Legend because you feel like, oh my god, this is such a good team, just imagine every Galactic Legend player who's just going up against someone who just has better teams. At the end of the day, teams are what matter in this game. People will tell you lots of other stuff matters, how much money you spend, all of this other nonsense. But if you have more teams than your opponent, even if they have more Galactic Legends than you oftentimes, they just can't win. They oftentimes just can't get through your defense. You're a little bit more efficient, you win. Let's say we take two players. One SLKR rush, one APGAINS approved. The SLKR rush, I'm going to place SLKR on defense, and I'm going to be sound. My opponent can't beat it. Well, if we place all of these highly relic teams that they're shitty first order and whatever else teams they might have left for offense, they're not beating that. We take whichever zone SLKR is not, we go behind, so if they leave ships open, we take out their ships. They leave bottom open, we take off their bottom. I'm sorry, guys, but you're not beating that. So, that being said, thank you guys so much for watching. Do check out apgains.org. We are slowly moving it up. It should be in hard launch as of tomorrow, because tomorrow is the 1st of March, so that'll be awesome. It will continue to get better and better as time progresses. Of course, it is a lot of work behind the scenes. Lots of stuff being added, lots of collabs being done to put on there. We did that modding series where we bring in the experts in all the categories of mods to make sure that we're getting you guys the best quality information. We're setting up the ability for you guys to join your own custom GAC tournaments against your friends. That does take a lot of coding and a lot of work behind the scenes. So it is fantastic. If you guys do want to help support the website, you guys can go to the first link in the description. It'll take you to Patreon. You can join the $5 army, have fantastic perks over there. And that's it, guys. That's pretty much all that's going on. So I'm going to get out of here. Thank you guys so much for watching. As always, I love you. I've been APGAINS. And where are my 6% at? 6%, tell me how you've been. I haven't talked to the 6% in a while. Let me know how you're going. Official 6%ers. Big PP. Bye-bye.